Do you know, the other day I was going through a few old sketchbooks, some of my early work, and I came across this. It's 1984 I sketched this. Now I don't know if it will be clear enough for you to see there, some doodlings anyway, because I met a gentleman who became my very first patron, and patron in the true sense of the word. He could see I was just starting out on my own, and he said, well, we better find you some work. And I visited his home, and it was a beautiful, a lovely collection of beautiful furniture and artifacts and paintings, photographs, drawings. And there was something about this gentleman. I knew he appreciated texture and form, and I'd recently been at a sale where I bought an unusual piece of leather. It had lovely soft texture but quite deep markings. Turned out it was from an elephant. And I took it to show him, and I said, just look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. And he said, make me a round table with a leg curved like a tusk. And that's what started it off. So from those sketches, which was just like the light bulb moment, this was the original, more of a formal drawing, which a few months ago I met this gentleman again, and we were talking about this piece. So he's had a rummage around and found this drawing I did in 1984. And this is what the finished table looked like. You can see it, I think, on my previous Instagram post. So there we have a round table with a curved leg. It's made out of bleached sycamore. If you use sycamore to start with, which is a white wood, and I bleached it so it becomes even whiter, a creamy white, finished in a very fine wax, so it was absolutely smooth as glass. And I also found a very young Stephen Owen in the workshop making the leg. You see, I'm using spoke shave. The leg is held within a sash cramp, and I'm producing shaving, which is absolutely lovely. I know it's a bit hard to see these. If I get them too close, I think they'll go out of focus. But that made me think, you know, there's a famous quote or something from art history. When Michelangelo was carving that big marble statue of David, someone said to him, how do you know, where you're going? Isn't there a danger of cutting off the wrong piece? And he said, well, I just cut away anything that doesn't look like what I want. So when I was shaping this leg, I knew exactly what he meant, because I knew in my mind the shape that I wanted, and I was shaping away everything that is not that shape. And it's very interesting. This was a very formative piece in my early career. That sort of round but curved leg. If you go back through some of the Instagram posts, you'll see a cherry table with a green slate inlay, which has got 3 curved legs. That's exactly the same. And just as this leg was circular on the top with the banding running effectively through it, on the cherry table you will see it's more of a corner, and one of the legs is chasing where the top is peeled up, a bit of a sort of a constructional sculpture, which was rather fun. So that's interesting. 1984, and we're now in 2022, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still in love with wood, still love creating things. And I've got to tell you this, you know, God is the great creator, right? The great architect, the great designer, the great everything. And he knows what he's doing. When he made us, he knew what he was doing. And he will keep chipping away, removing the bits that he doesn't like until he gets what the designer intended. And, you know, that's a component which actually, in and of itself, is lovely when finished, but it comes together to produce something else. So there's a lot more going on in life around us, of what we do, where we're going, what bears on us, what affects us, and all the rest of it. But this has been hugely exciting to this particular gentleman, as I say, was my first client, who became a patron actually, and he's come back into our lives again, which is rather lovely. So, you know, all those years have passed, and we still have the same rapport, we still can have the same conversations about form and beauty, texture, design, who's doing what. It's this lovely, I don't know, kaleidoscope of creativity. And anyway, I just wanted to just to share that moment with you, really. It was rather nice to discover these things from times past, which are still very current and still very inspirational. So whatever you're doing, keep at it, and allow yourself to be moulded and formed in the right way, because you never know what beautiful thing you will continue to become. The sun is out, I've got to get to work. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.